Hey guys, welcome back to the Halo Reach series. This is episode 3, and today we're going through the third level, Nightfall. Since this is a stealth level, we have to be as quiet as possible, okay? Holy shit, he's coming after me! Hello, kid. Feel my wrath coming fast! Today, for story time, I've got a rant about Halo, but the story starts with something that happened the other day. So I was watching a YouTube video about games with really good endings, and all of the games showed rather unknown to me or I'd never played them before. Now that part doesn't bother me at all. I've only been allowed to play video games for about 5 years, and I've only been playing games on my Xbox for about 3 years, so it's safe to say that I haven't played most games, and I assume that there's a lot of good games I haven't played. The part that bothered me was that there was no mention of Halo 3's ending. Normally I'd also be chill about that, but this content creator uploaded a video about disappointing game endings the day before and included Halo 2. Now, if you've never played Halo 3, I highly recommend it, but I was wondering why it wouldn't be in the video. Halo 3 is what made the original trilogy so good as a trilogy. It was like it had the ending that tied the trilogy together like a ribbon bow on a Christmas present. Everything about it is so good. Like when Master Chief gets Cortana back, she repeats what she said in Combat Evolved when she first went inside his helmet.
Just keep your head down. There's 2 of us in here now, remember?
That is just one of so many callbacks to the previous games. After Chief activates the Halo ring, the last level mirrors the final level of Halo Combat Evolved by putting the player through yet another race against the clock in a Warthog. Then you'll reach the ship you're meant to escape on and try to fly away before the ring explodes. Then, Cortana calls Master Chief by his real name for the first time in any game as they're flying away. Now, his name had been, previously mentioned, but, for anyone who didn't read the books, that was, a big thing. As they all make the jump to slip space, the shockwave of the ring's explosion hits them, so the ship gets cracked in half. The front half that carries the Arbiter makes it back to Earth, while the back half that carries Master Chief and Cortana is left to drift through space. After that, a funeral is held for all who died on the Ark. Master Chief's designating number is written on the memorial as well, since he was assumed to have been killed in action. Now, according to the lore, every Spartan that was killed, even if they were confirmed to be killed, they were declared MIA to give the appearance that Spartans didn't die. That further boosted the hope and morale of humanity, and also scared the shit out of the Covenant, since it seemed like no matter what they tried, they just couldn't kill Spartans. And the only Spartan that was ever declared killed in action at that point, or even had any kind of funeral of anything pretty much, was Master Chief, at least at that point. And he was actually just MIA, but nobody knew. At the end of the funeral scene, Lord Hood, who's the guy who's announcing everything, who's saying the eulogy or whatever, he says,
"Part of the lady's dead."
And then the Arbiter says,
"Were it so easy."
Which he also says at the beginning of the game when Master Chief tries to kill him, and then Johnson holds Master Chief back, and then the Arbiter's and then the Arbiter says,
"Were it so easy,"
describing to kill him. Now, after that, then it shows Master Chief in his ship, unconscious, waking up, and, he's drifting with the ship, and then, so he's not dead, and, it's when I first saw it, I was like, whew, thank God. I was worried there for a second, and I knew that there were 3 more games where he's alive, but still, I was like, oh my God, I thought he was dead. But anyway, so his last words in the game are, "Wake me up when you need me," as he crawls into a cryopod again, for the first time since he got out of one at the beginning of the first game, Combat Evolved. So, Cortana stays inside the ship's systems, and, they begin to slowly drift through space. And, that's it's kind of a bittersweet ending, but it's so good. it's so, all of the references, all of the shit, it's so good. Now, this ending also hits me pretty hard for another reason. Those words, "wake me up when you need me," were the last words Master Chief ever said in a good Halo game. After that, Bungie made Halo Reach as a final monument to their achievements, and then moved on while 343 Industries took over. Now, listen, I don't want to shit on 343 too hard. They tried their best. And, I mean, they did improve. I mean, like, I would way rather play Halo Infinite than Halo 4, which shows they have been improving at making these games, at least for me. And, you know, like, the most important news since their takeover was, you know, them being taken over by, Halo Industries, or whatever, or Halo Studio, whatever it's called. I haven't been paying attention. But, like, people knew, I think that people knew, that, saying, like, people knew, I'm like, the game was made before I was born. I've looked this up. I'm pretty sure that people knew that Bungie was going to be quitting soon. Well, not soon, but kind of soon. So, you know, it was like a thing. It was like a thing. Like, it's the last time that Bungie's making a game. Back then, they didn't know that 343 was going to be, like, you know, how it was. They didn't know how it was going to go down. They didn't know. Well, I mean, like, they probably assumed that it was going to be shit. I mean, and then they were probably, I mean 343, yeah. They didn't do that, but that's a lie. They did pretty bad. Okay, here's the thing that I don't like about 343 Industries. And, like, you know, their work on the Halo games. So, Halo 4, like, I played it recently to try and, like, you know, see just how bad it was. Because last time I played it, I was like, oh, this is kind of good. And then I realized, wait, why do people hate it so much? And so recently I tried to play it again to, like, see if that was just my childhood self. Safe to say, it was. I did not enjoy playing it. I quit, like, halfway through. But it's just it's like Master Chief in a shooter game, but it's like as if it's a different game. Like, it's as if they put, like, Master Chief in Call of Duty. Like, and I'm not talking about gameplay changes. Honestly, I kind of like the gameplay. What I don't like is that Master Chief talks so much. That's, like, part of what made his character, at least in my opinion, that's what, like, part of what made his character so good, is that he was, like, he's strong and silent, not strong and talking all the time. Strong and silent. Like, in Halo CE, you don't see him having, like, emotions. Like, in Halo 2, the most emotion you ever get out of him is, like, very strong determination. And then Halo 4 opens up, and some of the first shit that they say about him is, do you think he did good because at his core, Master Chief is broken? Like, what? He's, like, Master Chief is the kind of guy who's, like, unbreakable. Like, all through the games, he's, like, relentless. And then Halo 4, they start off by saying, like, he's broken? Or maybe it was Halo 5 where they started off by saying that, but I feel like it was Halo 4. But yeah, it's like, and then, you know, Cortana calls him by his name a million times in that game, which really, you know, wore down the effect it had. And then, like in the older games, and I've actually, you know, compared and contrasted with them. In the older games, Cortana wouldn't just talk all the time. Like, Master Chief, he has, like, an IQ of, like, 150 or something. Like, when he sees something, he's gonna know, oh, that's bad. She doesn't need to go, oh, that's bad. He knows. He can see. He sees what she's seeing, right? So, it just didn't make sense to me, because he's so smart. He should be able to figure out all this stuff himself. And then she's just, like, explaining it to him all the time. And, I mean, he doesn't answer all the time, but, I mean, like, back in the old games, when she explained stuff to him, he had, like, no voice lines, I don't think, outside of cutscenes. Like, he didn't respond. He just understood it in the same way that we understood it. So, like, if we understood what she was saying, it was like he understood what she was saying. So, it put the player in his shoes more, and made us feel more, made at least me feel more immersed, compared to, like, Halo 4, where it's like he's answering, they're having a conversation, but then I'm just sitting there behind the screen, just like, yeah, this game kind of sucks. It's not, in the original, looking up at that ring for the first time, you're feeling the emotions that it feels like you're feeling the same thing as Master Chief. But then in Halo 4, you're just not. Oh, and another thing that I don't like is that in Halo 4 and 5, you're not once on a Halo ring. Halo 4, you're on a giant metal planet. Halo 5, you're on a bunch of planets. You barely play as Master Chief. You're like fighting giant metal statues. What the hell? Halo Infinite, that's why I like it a little bit more, is because, like, you do talk a lot, but, like, not as much. There's not as much talk of him being, like, broken. There's, like, he's a lot more, you know, seems a lot more powerful, kind of. I'm just thinking about right now, as I say that, when he gets, like, destroyed by Atriox in the first 30 seconds. But yeah, I liked it, and I just don't like the games in between Halo 3 and Halo Infinite. But, you know, it had a nice run, I guess. Halo Infinite, like, I played the campaign probably 3 times, and then I was just like, okay, but yeah, I'm done with this game pretty much. Halo 3, I will play that game. I've played that game probably 10 times. I'll probably play it hundreds of more. Halo 2, I play daily. I play at least a mission daily. And then Halo Combat Evolved. Okay, I gotta admit something. I've only played Combat Evolved maybe 3 times, but it's because I haven't. It's because I haven't, you know. It's like I can't adjust the graphics as easily because, you know, I was born and raised. Well, not born and raised, but, you know, once I started playing video games, I was already older because my parents didn't allow me when I was younger. So by the time I started playing video games, graphics were really, really good. They were amazing. I didn't play Black Ops 1 and shit. I was playing, like, freaking, like, okay, like, Minecraft after the texture updates, and the first Halo I ever played was, I think, maybe Reach? Yeah, Reach. But, like, the first game that I played that I actually knew it was Halo, I know I've already told the story of playing, like, Halo Reach when I was, like, 5 or something, but first time I ever played a Halo game that I owned, I think it was, like, Halo, 2 Anniversary. Like, or maybe it was Halo CE Anniversary, but whatever. Like, it's like, by the time I showed up to play video games, all the graphics were so good that when I went back, even to the anniversary graphics of Combat Evolved, I just couldn't get used to them. So yeah, that's why I've only played it a couple times.
Jackpot. Transmitting visual. You've seen this, Cat?
Confirmed. Receiving Nova 3 and Nova 6 live visual of a Covenant strike force.
It's no strike force. It's an invading army. If we're gonna smother this thing, we need to go in hard and fast.
Agreed. All recon teams disengage and fall back. Sun will be up in a few hours, and it's going to be a very busy day.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe.